Hi and welcome to the weekly chat on tech recruitment. I almost finished my coffee just while preparing the notes for this video, and that is also tied to the topic of this weekly chat. So I'm going to focus on onboarding, preparation. So how to onboard a new colleague within the tech recruitment team. And this topic is really close to my heart because in the last 1 or 2 years, I've been hired by agencies in Europe, in United States, in India to actually train their tech recruiters. And often the problem was at the beginning, when they wanted to onboard a new joiner, get them up to speed, structure the onboarding process, and they, often struggled. So, the problem was also sometimes with people who have been working in the company for a year, but they were not performing up to the expectation of the management. But when we looked back, usually we realized that there was no proper onboarding put in place. So, this is quite common, right? In recruitment agencies, they usually hire non-tech recruiters and ask them to source DevOps specialists or cybersecurity specialists, right? And there's, some clash usually. It doesn't work because the person who has never worked in IT really struggles to engage with senior IT professionals such as DevOps specialists or cybersecurity specialists, right? Like these are very advanced roles, people with 15 years of experience in IT, and suddenly someone who has no clue about IT recruitment starts approaching them. So that's why usually we go through a series of exercises and worksheets and video courses, on-demand study to prepare the recruiter who is transitioning from non-tech recruitment to actually be confident when engaging with these really senior IT professionals. So, to avoid this clash when I'm onboarding my colleagues, I really focus on proper onboarding. So I'll give you an example. We have a client who asked us to source on GitHub. And it's not easy to source on GitHub because it's not a tool for recruiters, right? It's a tool for developers. They submit the code, they commit code to GitHub repositories, they work with code, they publish open source projects. So GitHub is for developers. Yet we, recruiters, can also use it. We can find developers, backend developers, front-end developers, mobile app developers. So we can find them, but it's not really easy to find them. There is no, easy search such as on LinkedIn. So I have prepared a video course for those who don't know how to use GitHub yet. And the recruiter, Florencia, she went through the course. She learned how to do it, and then she started working for one of our clients. But that was not just it. Like I focused on proper onboarding while getting her to work for this client, meaning we did it together for some time. I was recruiting at first, for the first few hours, the first few candidates, like just to discover what are the exact keywords to use, for example, on GitHub. And then I wrote messages that I would approach these candidates with. So, usually I do the job myself first, and then the recruiter has a chance to actually watch me do it, and then she or he starts doing it themselves, which is totally the approach I would also recommend in your case. So if you have an agency, if you work in a team, then you have a few options, right? You either spend the time with these recruiters yourself, or you get someone like us who also have this recruitment academy to train your recruitment team. If you are a recruiter, well, this is totally the environment you want to work at, right? Like an environment where the company focuses on proper onboarding, because eventually it may lead to overwhelm, to frustration, right? So make sure that you are properly onboarded if you are a recruiter yourself. The second example that would would like to bring to your attention is another recruiter who joined my team just earlier this week. and I also wanted to focus on proper onboarding. So she went through my training program that I usually organize once in 2 months roughly. So she went through all the materials. She studied through the live sessions and the on-demand training. She went through mind maps and worksheets and whatnot. So she learned a lot about the IT landscape, about the IT roles. But that was just the beginning, right? That was just even before we signed the agreement, pretty much, right? Before she started tracking her time. And then, on day one, we did recruitment together. So for pretty much the whole day almost, right? Like I jumped on other calls meanwhile, but pretty much the whole day, from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., it's like 10 hours, right? It was not the easiest first day of her work, but at the same time, it was really fun, like we had a great time together while we were going through potential candidates, and we were analyzing them together. So what we did is we shared screen, and we were going through candidates one by one. At first, I asked her to analyze the candidate herself, and she analyzed. I gave her feedback. So this was a really great way how to, start getting her up to speed. And what we did in the second stage was I started calling those candidates, and I put it on a loudspeaker so she could actually hear, even though she was in another country, just connecting remotely via Zoom. So I was calling to a candidate, and she also could listen what he and I say, which was totally cool, right? So that's how she was able to absorb the vocabulary. She took notes about what do I ask, how I talk about the opportunity, how I get the candidate excited, which was exactly, the stage where she can, in a few days of this kind of peer-to-peer work, she can start slowly doing it herself, right? And this is, how we do it generally. It's not easy in IT recruitment, especially with people who transition from non-IT recruitment fields, but there are some strategies how to make it work. And I've seen it in other companies, I've seen it in my team. So if you by any chance have some needs and you need to find developers, candidates, I can engage some of my colleagues to also work for you, and you will have some guarantee that they actually know what they do, because I'll be supervising them. So this is a sweet benefit that we also provide. Like I'll not engage someone who doesn't know what to do, right? And I'll be, if you are, our potential client, then just ping me, send me a message or comment below this video, and we will figure out how to start working together. So I can help you build up your team of recruiters. That's within the Tech Recruitment Academy space, or I can help you find candidates through my colleagues, so we can engage them to work for you. And And that probably brings me to the end of today's chat. So if you are a recruiter and you would like to work in this kind of environment where... And this also reminds me, if you are a recruiter and you would like to join this kind of environment where you really learn how to do IT recruitment properly, then just go to one of my websites called recruitinstantly.com, and you can join my team. You can join as a freelancer, you can join full-time in the future, you can join as a vendor. So there are a few options. Just go to Recruit Instantly, submit the contact form, and we will take it from there, right? So it's really easy. pain-free process, totally easy, but you can learn a lot just while working with my team. So you will learn about the IT ecosystem, about the IT landscape, you will learn about the IT roles, and slowly I'll let you engage with our clients and candidates. Okay, so everything has its time and place. First, we need to make sure that you are at the level where you can actually talk to our candidates and clients, and that's through the proper onboarding. So that's why I have also dedicated today's chat, even though it's probably just a monologue over a cup of coffee. I dedicate it to proper onboarding. So no matter the situation, whether you are a manager in an agency, I just want to bring this to your attention again, because I've seen lots of agencies who hired me in the past to help with their teams. Or if you are a manager and you manage a team, then definitely there is something I can help you with in terms of getting some of your colleagues to perform at a higher level. And if you are a recruiter, then you can join the team. Just go to recruitinstantly.com and we will take it from there. Okay, so I'll wrap it up today. It was nice talking to you, even though I'm just looking at the camera over there. But what is really rewarding is actually the feedback I receive from you guys. So thanks a lot for the messages and the emails that you send me or comments below videos. I really appreciate it. I read it all. Even if I don't respond right away, I read all the comments, I read emails, even though I struggle responding sometimes or quite often actually. But the good news is that I'm slowly onboarding a new person to take care of operations, so I will have more time to actually follow up with your messages and engage even further. So with that, have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks for engaging, thanks for following me, thanks for commenting below videos and sharing some of the content. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and recruit more IT candidates.